One of the great things about a show like Rallyday is if you are buying equipment, from safety equipment to parts for your car, you can buy it from the experts and get advice as you do it. Now, Carl Williamson's expertise is born on rally stages all over the world. You are an international competitor. You've been on many of our programs, so you're the perfect person to talk to me about safety inside a rally car.
You'd think so, yeah. I know, hopefully. I mean, I've been wearing hands since they were introduced 8-9 years ago. And then this came along, so yeah, I've been a bit of a hybrid evangelist, really, if I'm honest. But I'm passionate about the product because it works, it's more comfortable, and yeah, I think people are confident that I'm telling them the truth.
Well, I think safety is so important. It's obviously been under the spotlight recently. If we're going to take the advice and accept it from anybody, it should be from a competitor who knows what it's all about, not somebody just trying to sell something for the sake of it.
I know. I mean, unfortunately, I've probably been in more crashes than anybody as well. So, yeah, who better?
People shouting at the screen right now going, no, you haven't.
Yeah, they will.
What a claim. Right. Okay, so I'm going to sit in here and you're going to fit this to me. It's a bit like Clark's when I had my first shoes fitted when I was a little baby.
Yeah.
I feel like that all over again.
Yeah, well, this is the rig. I'm not going to put your shoe in it or anything, but I'll check you for size and work out whether you're going to grow into it or something.
It's all getting a bit strange. Right.
Put this on first.
Okay, do I sit down or stand up? Oh, okay, I'm not sitting down just yet.
It kind of goes on like, remember your Dora the Explorer lunchbox?
I do.
Rucksack.
Yeah, I do. I had a Ghostbusters one. I'm an 80s child.
So this is actually a medium.
Okay.
The yoke is the same size.
That's the yoke, is it?
That's the yoke. Sickeningly, you're probably a small.
Right.
That's just embarrassing. I'm a medium.
It's not embarrassing for me.
No, it's great for you. You should be a co-driver.
I have been. Right, okay.
Right, well,
now what happens?
Down in the rig.
Okay. In the rig, otherwise known as a competition seat.
Yeah. Now, I'm not here to sort of be negative about the hands. It's just this is an alternative. So it's the hands is still out there, and like I say, it's been a great product. This has come out, and it's just a fabulous alternative. So if I'll just show you the benefits over a hands.
I've competed with the hands, and I know how restrictive a neck device can be. And that was when I first competed with one. Quite put me off a bit, and that was before they were mandatory. And so when it came in mandatory, like a lot of people, I thought, oh, really?
Well, interestingly, 70% of our sales so far. It might change next year with a mandate because there'll be a lot of new purchasers, but 70% so far have been conversions from hands. So it's not people who've had to buy one; they've tried this, and it's head and shoulders above in their eyes. So it's not just me saying it; it's everyone who's tried one. So
okay, what happens next?
Right. Well, basically, we're not relying on friction on the hands in the same way that works. The belts just sort of naturally come out of the hole for the belts in the seat, come over the unit, which doesn't really rest on your body in the same way as a hands. So I mean, with a hands, people will pay as much money as they can afford to have the lightest, because that mass is on your body, you know. And then you jump in, you pull the belts down, and you're tightening all that down on yourself. And people have different shaped collarbones. Women as well, the hands comes to here. Yeah. So if you imagine you're tightening that down on your body, you know, there's a whole sort of plethora, really, of negative aspects for different shapes and different sizes.
What are you looking for when you're fitting one of these? What are people looking for to make sure it's comfortable and it'll work properly in the case of an accident?
Well, they're just looking. I mean, the only adjustment is the size of the strapping, and the strapping is there for location only. I mean, I wear mine quite loose, but in a multiple impact, you know, it just keeps everything sort of central. Yep. And through any angle, really. With the hands, it's most efficient is that frontal head restraint, you know, and one fixed angle. And people find it a bit, because it's a horizontal tether, people find it a bit sort of robotic in their movement. Whereas this is a dual tether system, and you don't necessarily have more movement, you just have it through every rotation, which is ultimately more comfortable. So, and that's where it's winning: comfort, a wider range of angles of safety, and with a hands, it's very angle specific. So for rallying, we say 20 degrees generally, but if you go to a more upright car, well, you've got this chunk of sort of carbon or composite of the hands pushing your head forward if you've got the wrong angle. This is adjustable for any situation. So, I mean, that's why it's more comfortable. It's one-off purchase, and there's no life on them, as yet. So
interesting stuff from a man who should know. Now, if I can just get the cameraman to come down to our level, I'm going to ask you, as part of the theme for our show, how did you get into rallying, Carl?
I'd come out of the Navy, and my brother had bought a Mark II Escort, and I said he was a boy racer and what have you, and we went and did the Kilwindeg in '93, a road rally.
That's a proper road rally as well, isn't it?
And we were car 119 out of 120 or something. There wasn't even any lighting at that corner of the car park, And just hooked. It was plot and bash days, and that was it. It just clicked, and I was just on it. And forestry events then were still on maps, and I just clicked really. So that was in '93. I've done over 1,000 rallies since then. And I'd do 3 rallies a weekend. I'd do a forest event on the Saturday, road rally Saturday night.
You're spending more time in a plane these days as well.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm getting to do a lot of long haul events, such as like East African Safari, this comes very handy for something like that. Your body takes a hammering. We just come back from, we did Morocco in May, which was like a 7-day rally. Doing South Africans historic in February again. We're just lucky enough to be doing all these sort of historical endurance events, which is fantastic. I'll be doing GB again, There's a possibility of something special next year. Which
sounds very interesting. And of course you get to go out in a nice Porsche now as well, but you don't like to talk about it.
Well, I missed the first outing. I was out with Charlie Payne on the Woodpecker and it clashed, but I don't like to talk about it, but John Stone, who treats me like a princess, is, again, I'm lucky to sit in these world cars at our national level, and you can't fault it.
You've had to grab the old handbrake on a chicane every now and again.
No, I'm not allowed to touch the handbrake, because then if we don't get around, it's his fault, and his fault only.
That's got to go down as one of the best interviews we did. Look it up on YouTube. Yeah. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.